Last night I had an odd prayerful experience in which God essentially gave me an NCIS DeNozo head slap. Who would think that God would use a fictional television character to get my attention? I had prepared a speech about programs and ministry ideas, and the heads-up slap was essentially a reminder from God. Look, Hazelwood. God frequently addresses me with my last name. When it all comes down to it, what is the election of a bishop really all about? And I realized it's about a person. God calls people to ministry. When a congregation interviews a candidate to be its pastor, what are they looking for? A lot of different things, but what do they really want to know? They want to know what kind of a person you are. And what is at the heart of our faith? It is a person, Jesus Christ. So who is this person? I long to see people and communities made whole. Why? Because I have been made whole by the gospel. I grew up in a wonderful home with two fantastic parents, a father who was a scientist, a mother who is a writer, and two brothers who I still wrestle with. I was encouraged, loved, and challenged, and I would not change a single thing about my upbringing. But for a variety of reasons, faith and church were not a part of my life growing up. Through a long series of events, God was working on me. So at the age of 20, a Lutheran pastor who was the director of El Camino Pines, which is a Lutheran Bible camp in Southern California, took a chance on a young, unchurched college kid and invited me to be a camp counselor for a summer. And I will forever be in debt to the risk that Reverend Paul Fauske took. Now, halfway through that summer, I had an interview in Los Angeles at CBS Records. Now, this was my dream job upon graduation. I was given the day off for the interview. I drove down, and I found myself in a room full of young, testosterone-filled CBS record executives. I was told not to say that. The interview essentially consisted of these guys, all of them guys, talking about, well, let's just say what they perceived to be the fringe benefits of the job. I returned to camp later that afternoon, walked into my cabin with these fourth grade boys who came running up to me, hugging me, saying, "Welcome back, we missed you, where have you been?" These were the same boys that had taught me the Lord's Prayer, because I didn't know the Lord's Prayer. Who hires a kid that doesn't know the Lord's Prayer to be a Bible camp counselor? Now, when you are faced with two worlds, one that is insincere and focused on self-centered living, and one that is the full force of the grace of God, well, it's a no-brainer. And I was baptized later that summer. Now, my life has become all about partnering with God to try to create opportunities for other people to experience the grace of God, which means that I will do close to anything to take down the barriers between people and the grace of God. Now, the reason I share this very condensed version of my faith story is that it is central to who I am. Because I was not raised in the church, in the faith, and because my extended family, and I mean my entire extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, no one went to church. Because of that, I see things differently. I can't help it. Folks, I am the poster child for millions of people out there who are longing for grace. I know these people. These are my people. And now my life calling is connecting these people with the very real and powerful grace of God.